What up? We are back. How's it going, everybody?
Back
at it again. We're back at the pod.
Back again.
So what do we got? Episode. Hey yo.
Hello.
So
How's everybody doing?
Give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, people everywhere around the world.
We're back again.
We're
Episode
back again.
32.
Episode 32, everybody. Fucking savage.
And we're back alive and in color on Spotify. So if you're listening somewhere else, check it out on Spotify because it's the video.
It is the video.
But audio's cool too if you listen on Apple Podcasts as well, or wherever you get your podcasts.
YouTube, man, we're everywhere in all this
Worldwide.
Worldwide, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide
Hey,
over here. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, man, been a good fucking week. Been a fucking deadly week again. Fucking cruising over
Kinda cool.
700.
Yeah,
like lots of interactioning happening. Whatever fucking word I'm looking for there.
Yes, baby.
So good.
720 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, man, that's unreal.
As of now, like I know it'll be a week later since.
And I know people are like, that's not a lot, but we haven't paid 10 cents. Actually, I paid 1 week to have ads playing only because we just started.
Ran a few ads at the start of it, yeah.
And it was like $50 maybe. But technically, really, we don't run ads. We don't do anything. It's all word of mouth. It's Ryan Snow out there on fucking Instagram, fucking going ballistic.
Influencer over here.
Influencer and over here on the gram. Savage.
No, I'm just fucking with you guys.
No, man.
I appreciate
good.
everyone following.
It's pretty organic in terms of like the followers that are watching. If you look if you look at like our audience on Spotify, like the numbers wise, and then you look at how many followers are on Instagram and a couple other kind of formats or whatever. Yeah, pretty accurate.
Yeah,
pretty accurate.
And it's it's everything that we're into, right?
Yeah.
We're into everything 90s. We're into everything.
Everything, man.
Comic book, toy related, gaming related,
sports,
music,
shit, man, everything at all,
music videos, so it's a little bit of something for everyone. So, yeah. I mean, and in our age demographic, for sure,
yeah,
something's going to probably hit maybe sometime or another over the course of 32 podcasts now. Like, you know what I mean? Something might
100%
hit that reminds them of their childhood, and that's all we're trying to do here. We're just trying to have a little bit of fun. Shoot the shit here.
Shooting the shit, yeah.
Maybe this will be shoot the shit number 4. I think
3, 4, whatever it is, yeah. But no, man, that's wicked. So, but like, so speaking of
thanks everybody,
stuff from your childhood, stuff like that. We heard some sad news, I guess, in the last few days or whatever you want to say about that documentary we were both kind of very interested in seeing and watching.
Yes. The one that I wanted to that I mentioned before, I was like,
well, we talked about it a lot, to be honest, like a couple times now.
So yeah, 299 Queen Street West was supposed to come out on Crave TV in late January or whatever it was, I think.
Yeah.
And
let's see here now.
On the day of that it was supposed to come out, I think the plug got pulled.
Yeah, it's coming down on
the sheet.
Hulu, was it?
Was pulled over our eyes.
So I'll pull up. So we're on the Tiny here now, Ryan. By so
he's got her fired up, buddy.
So we got our flans here. Call me Jamie. Call me. What did they call him? Little Jamie.
Jamo.
Little Jamie.
Little Jamie. Young Jamie. Young
Jamie.
Young Sammy over here.
Sammy over here.
Young Sammy. You got her fired up, buddy.
Already fired up. Not only.
What do we got?
Am I mixing the sound? I got her fired up.
I'm pissed that they canceled this documentary.
Yeah, this is a bit of nonsense. And I didn't even read this, really. I just pulled it up here a second ago. I'm curious now what it says. Scrutiny using deep catalog of popular music that has been pulled from its premiere. What?
Of course. Because all those bangers that they used to have on Much Music back in the day, all those dirty record labels now are fucking canceling them out.
And this is it right here. Like, I know I'm pointing in the tiny screen, but you can see where I highlighted on the screen there. So this came from Universal Music Canada. So, like,
boo,
as if
Universal.
the buys do not pay anybody enough. I'm going full ham. I don't even care because, like,
boo.
I truly believe at this day and age, like, when I was a kid, the mystique of like a big record label was the thing or whatever. But now that I'm old and I know better,
yeah, you always wanted to get signed.
Now it's bullshit. The way that they get on, the way they act, because you don't need them at all anymore. They don't even realize it. So, like, if you just fucking do it your own way, and because you can do anything you want, man. Like, we're doing this with a fucking camera and a fucking computer. Like, there's not that much technology, like, or much money invested in doing this in reality.
Nope.
As cool as it looks, as professional as this might look, But
as
like
cool as this is. No,
but you know what I mean, right? Like, so you don't really need these people, but now they got the streaming service, they got you kind of on lockdown, right? Like, and I nothing against Spotify or anything like that, because they're technically fairly generous, and I mean they allow us to do our thing,
our video, yeah.
You know, streaming in general is not handy to, or not like cohesive to a band and music environment, whatever. Like from a person who spent time on both sides of this coin, kind of thing.
It's not favored in the.
It's
indie
definitely
artists.
not your. Or it's not for the artists. It's not built around. It's not built for the artists in that kind of context, right? So the fact that there, like, this dude made a beautiful documentary that represented something that is, in my opinion, very historic and very. I don't even know what the word is. Like, people talk about MTV, but like Much Music is to me the same thing, because that's all I had.
Yeah. Well, Much Music it basically encompasses your whole.
Oh
childhood.
yeah, man! Because
it
had everything on it. Like, it was invested in every little piece of the stuff I liked and you liked and whatever.
Exactly. So a documentary that kind of went through the evolution of Much Music, because in the 80s I didn't obviously watch Much Music in the 80s.
No,
I was kind of a baby.
Cut the clips after, you know what I mean?
But like
when
growing
stuff.
up through the 90s and stuff like that, like Much Music was as part of us growing up as anything really.
Yes,
like
100%,
you know what I mean? So really sad that Universal had to kibosh the whole thing.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, come on. Like, over licensing of recorded music. Like, come off it, man. It's from a music station. Like, he's doing a documentary on a music station, and you don't have to clear. You got to clear your. Like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Like, like, what are you even talking about?
I'm pissed now.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm pissed.
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean, right? Like, it's I don't know, man. Like, I only found out about this. Like, this is actually me angry right now because of you.
I'm telling you.
Brian Snow only informed me about this like 10 seconds before we're about to come on the air here, kind of thing.
I knew it. You were gonna get fired up.
But like, the thing is like, so this is another part of the thing. So like, when I was in school and we learned about copyright laws, so this 10 to 15 second snippet thing was the law at one point. So in Canada, you are permitted to use up to 15 seconds or whatever it is of certain material, depending on what they're doing and saying.
Gotcha.
All these types. There's a little bit of weird stipulations and shit around it, but
same with YouTube, right? So that's why we can't really play our stuff on YouTube, because we used to play music longer than 15 seconds. So we used to get
yeah, and there's certain bands that'll flag you for that.
Spotify, we can do it, and that's why we love Spotify. Obviously,
Spotify is the best when it comes right down to it.
We're talking to you here.
Yeah, talk to everybody, man. I don't care.
Talk to
That's
the
the best part.
folks
That's
at
the
home.
best part about having a camera. But yeah, so yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of had this up on the big screen here while I'm ranting to the microphone here, but
No,
I am not. I am
ranting.
not
I
a
love it. I
fan
love it.
of. I'm not a fan of this. So I'm gonna put us on the big screen here now.
I think
we'll indulge a bit on this now.
well, for a person, it's an independent filmmaker here, and for him to compile all this stuff on his own, there should be some kind of clause where they maybe let documentaries slide a little bit in the sake of history or historical reference or something like that.
And I guarantee you, man, like I'm without even looking it up, and I'm not even going to, but I would bet that dude is getting money from like ACTRA or Spectra, which are like government funded grant organizations and loan like for artists and shit like this. So like the fact that they are, or I feel they are essentially like not backing this and like fighting this, or like figuring out like, okay, well, like, what are you even talking about? Like, this is like, you're doing it. It's like a historical documentary to me. Like, if they made a documentary about the Parliament building, and it just so happened that in the background, whatever song was playing, I can guarantee you that nobody would open their mouth about it. No. But just to me, this is like, it's a music documentary about a music. It's not a music documentary. It's a documentary about a music station.
Yeah.
So like,
it's just that
how the
people
fuck
who
do you
visited,
not like? How do you
people
not
who came
do
by.
that? How do you not play the music? Like,
right.
What are you talking about, man? Like, it's silly to me.
People stop by. Like, I mean,
but this is exactly what's wrong.
And it's maybe not. Maybe it's not even just the music. Maybe it's just that some of these fucking record labels own the artists themselves. So like,
yes, yeah,
them being on screen,
there's that
makes money to some.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know what you mean, though.
I'm just fucking shooting the shit here. This is just shooting the shit part 4.
Getting just pissed off here. But really though, like, so like, fair to be honest, like, I do have, like, if we're gonna go down the road now, we might as well go down the road.
We're going down the road now. Hitchhiking
down the road here. Tom out. But No, like I am a strong, and now that I'm a little bit older and wiser, like I said, I'm a bit more of a proprietor of doing it yourself. There are smaller labels that do it better, right? And you can get, because it's not like it used to be anyway. It's not like unless you're Taylor Swift or you're fucking Ariana Grande or you're whatever. You know what I mean?
Unless you're one of the big hitters.
Big shit. Like you're in the Illuminati. Essentially, you know what I mean?
Because Taylor Swift, she controls her fucking.
She controls everything. She's the Satan. What is it? She's the queen of something. I can't remember.
Oh, shit.
There's a conspiracy theory.
I don't know
that Taylor Swift
that.
is like the fucking. She's the queen of Satanists or something. Fucking.
Oh shit! I don't know.
Jamie, pull it up. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that right now. But there is a thing. There's a thing about that people because she looks a lot like this woman, right?
Oh wow.
So
I mean.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
that's something for sure.
Yeah, there's a thing. So we could go down that road too, but we won't. We don't want to get all crazy here on everybody, conspiracy wise and whatever.
I was thinking like how she re-recorded all her material and kind of took ownership of
like super cool. And I don't know her in any capacity, obviously, right? But
I like that.
That's a cool thing.
The artist should take over.
I think that's a bit punk rock,
shit.
Right? I think that's a bit punk rock, right?
You know what I mean?
If
the contract is up, son,
Prince, right?
The contract is up. Don't sign that shit. Re-record it on your own.
Well,
put it out.
The thing is,
then it's all yours.
Well, you hope you can buy. Like, I guess in the end, the idea is you buy back your own catalog. But even that's kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, it was mine to start with. How do you own it? Like, just because you put it out, you know what I mean? But now, like I say, it's not that way. Like, I mean, I have music on Spotify.
Technically, it's still yours, motherfucker, too, right? Because you know what I mean. If you'd still be able to go do a show, be like, I'm gonna still play these songs. Call it a cover. Actually, if I don't own the goddamn thing, I'll tell you
something though. Well, to be fair,
excuse my language.
No, fucking give her a little rip. I believe that there are clauses too that there's certain songs that you can't play. So like I do know for a fact.
You play anything.
I'm pretty sure for a fact anyway, or at least that's how I understood it. That there's certain bands, like for say like a Pink Floyd or somebody like that, who doesn't really get along, right? So like I think to a certain degree there's a clause that say like David Gilmour cannot play. I know that doesn't go on because it's not.
Can't play Roger Waters songs or
maybe
I don't know.
Potentially, yeah. Like potentially, yes. And that is a thing because I'm pretty positive
their feud
that kind of goes on. Like because a lot of their songs are on the albums are just co-written, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that's what makes it slide to a certain degree. But there is a lot of weird shit like that, right? Like people. That was a big thing with the Beatles. That was the reason why they put both names or whatever, three people's names and stuff. Because it was hard. It's hard to like if you don't write the song, you don't really get money.
No,
out of it, right? But no, like I don't know. Anyway, I'll conclude my point with that. These big, huge, like fucking label
sucking corporations,
are just ruin. Like at this juncture, like I said, at one point it was cool, and to be to be honest, I feel like it was a bit more regulation in the music industry. So you didn't just have any Joe Blow like me and you.
We're just a couple of Joe Schmo Blows over here.
But it's cool that anybody can do it, but it also takes away from
independent
the need from all this nonsense, right? Like there is absolutely no need. It's just like Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan says exactly that, right? Like
we don't need to work for someone to do this. We can fucking do this.
It's only him
ourselves.
and Jamie and like a bunch of people that do a few things for him, right? Like he's got assistant or whatever that I'm assuming, or a couple assistants that help him do other things and whatever. And then there's Jamie, and he's probably got someone that helps him a little bit.
Oh, for sure. The people help him chop it up and make the shorts and make the fucking
there's somebody doing that shit.
Upload all that fucking bullshit because
But yeah, so
that's him. So shout out to you.
I don't get a lot into the video stuff. I got to figure out a way to make the video editing, not necessarily the podcast, but the chunks, take out chunks easier. But I don't know how to do that. We'll get there one day.
No, hey, we're still in our infancy of this.
Oh yeah,
podcast we have over here. So
yeah. But yeah, so like, yeah, I just I don't agree with any of that kind of shit. But on that note, like Taylor Swift was smart. Like Prince did the same thing, right? That's the whole like
the artist, right?
The artist formerly known as Prince is because of that, right? So he released albums.
Prince turned himself into a symbol.
Yeah, man, 100%, right?
Oh
so
shit!
It's the Slim Shady song, right?
Rapping over here.
But yeah, maybe. That's because we had it on earlier.
But it's good though that the artists take their fucking power back.
I think that part is good. I wish that there was more like a portal where everybody kind of put their music into and everybody kind of distributed it from one source rather than all these different places. And I wish that it was equal for everybody, but
like almost like a SoundCloud.
Similar to SoundCloud, but like on a Spotify level.
Spotify or SoundCloud is
Or
like
something,
after
you know?
my generation. I
It's
think.
a little bit like I know it because when I like the end of, or not really the end. I guess when I was like living in St. John's and I was into music a lot and stuff like that. Like SoundCloud was kind of on my radar a lot, but it didn't really. It wasn't a mainstay. Like I don't listen to it now. I don't go back and be like, oh, because I know people are like, oh man, you hear they still got these crazy SoundCloud mixes and shit. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like I don't really remember it.
Pull a post Malone.
Pull up a postie. Yeah, buddy.
White Iverson. That was a song. That was a song.
Yeah.
It was a banger.
Yeah, man.
But like more people should be doing that. And I love to see like young artists doing their
Coming
thing.
up.
You know what I mean?
Coming up. I love seeing people come up. Like I love catching on to something early and watching people come up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There's a
And I
couple
feel
people-
like now there's all these mainstay bands that we caught when we were younger,
Yeah.
right? That were pretty cool, right? Which is a representation of exactly what much music was. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's exactly that. Like think about just the Foo Fighters alone, right? So Kurt Cobain dies 2 years later kind of thing. Out comes Dave Grohl with a band. And you're like, oh my, like what is this? And that's the first place I seen him. Like I seen him on Intimate whatever, not Intimate Actor, like whatever, live something or another. Whatever.
I'll stick around. We should throw that in the background of the mix. I'll stick around. But no,
I'll stick
no,
around.
I don't mean to derail the conversation or anything like that. Little background music. But I agree. Yeah, like you were saying, put all your stuff out there, folks. Who knows? Because there's some people who follow us. Shout out to a couple people who follow us on Instagram. Maz Morrow, he's a young artist.
Oh yeah,
from Grand Prairie, Alberta.
yes, yeah.
And another young kid, Hannah. He's on our Instagram, and they have some shit blowing up on Spotify themselves.
Nice,
so
good.
shout out to a couple young kids, local kids.
Nice, man. Good.
Let's give a little shout out. And they're on
Spotify
Spotify too, right?
With
So-
the fucking savage local
and
deep cut.
they follow us on Instagram, and we
Nice.
follow them. So fucking
Cheers, then. Good for everybody, man.
Shout out to those two.
Yeah, man. Love seeing people coming up. I like that, man. That's part of the program. Like I like watching people do good shit. I don't know. It's like dude from East Coast Hobbies. See him doing cool shit. He was at the radio station today and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen lots of people coming around town now that we're doing this.
Yeah.
And people follow us, like Bevco, like all these people that like I've
Absolutely.
known, seen around town or whatever. Now suddenly they're doing something cool, right? It's good to see, man.
Yeah.
And like even like there's that podcast marketing studio, like that looks sick
downtown.
That looks sick, man. Like I haven't been in there or anything, obviously, but
Give us
like
a following back. Thanks, appreciate it.
yeah, man. Like all these people are sick. Like
We're getting on the radar here. I think
and it's
a
good.
little bit locally, maybe.
Yeah, and that's good, man. But there's nothing wrong with local stuff, man. Like that's
Of
what
course,
it's about.
that's where you got to start. I like the grassroots, local stuff because, like, I mean, we're not really pushing this on our own personal social media. It's kind of just growing and doing its thing on its own. Like
It comes up on mine because it comes up on mine. You know, because it's mine. Like that's really it. You know what I mean? But that's
I just
pretty
think
much
it's just
man.
doing its thing, and I just enjoy hanging out and fucking we're shooting the shit here.
And this is kind of like the trade-off. This is what the trade-off is.
Do what you enjoy, and fucking
that,
if
right.
people like it, that's cool. If they don't, that's fucking cool too.
Yeah, do your thing, man. No, but it's cool to see. Like it's cool to see good local stuff. I like to see people coming up. I like to see. So to me, like, I think that was the thing. I think that's the difference between our connection to bands and movies. Because like you think about it, like there's entertainment tonight. There's much music. There's those types of things. And I pay attention to it, like as people be like, oh, why would a guy?
E.T.
Yeah, man. Why would a guy watch it? But I watch it because there's bands on there, and like it's not just like movie stars and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So
I loved all those shows.
yeah, I watched all that shit, man.
Absolutely.
It was like ingrained, and I think that kind of had a huge influence on like what we're doing. Like, and you get to watch people come up, right? Like, so you've seen the transition. Like, and I'm sure people do the same thing that are a little bit older than us, say 5 or 6, 7 years older than us, about bands like Nirvana and Chili Peppers and shit like that, right? That came up like in the say late 80s, early 90s, right? So because that was like prime.
Yeah,
MTV era, which everybody would watch or paying attention to it at least. Like it would have been in Hit Parade, or it would have been, and especially then it would have been Mags.
Do you
like
remember
Mags got mad.
Hit Parader magazine?
Buddy, I had like 1,000
man.
million of them, man.
Oh,
Hit
man.
Parader and Rock something.
That's the thing, yeah. Like you know, in all the ages
Couple
around us, you
Canadian
know what I mean.
ones.
They have their own perspective and views of the '90s and how the culture was and everything growing up like that. So like, we're just, you know what I mean, like. we
explain it from our
hit
point
a lot
of view.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly all we're doing.
It's funny.
We'd love to hear people shout out to us, like what kind of experience they had and stuff like that. Like I remember those are the things and stuff. Like so send us.
I like hearing people's favorite Canadian moments of like pop culture. I like hearing shit like that. There's something to me about 90s Canadian pop culture that is awesome.
Yeah.
Because at the time, I thought it was very worldwide, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't fully understand or realize that it was almost 100% in Canada. You know what I mean? Like, in that kind of way.
What kind of big moments are you thinking?
I think it's not even like big moments. No. It's not even like big moments, but like just the way that say like Canadian bands, for instance,
even
right?
tied into like Much Music and how they exposed
like the fact that Much Music,
Canadian artists like so early on and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the fact that they went and came to Newfoundland for Snow Job, like that blew me away. Like I thought that was like MTV showing up for like beach party.
Exactly, they had
in my mind. Like I was like trying to figure out how to get to Corner Brook so I could be there. You know what I mean? Like,
I wish,
You know what I mean? I was a little bit too young to figure it out, but like I was trying. Stuff like that, right?
That would have been so sweet to be, but like they loved it. They pushed like Our Lady Peace when they came out early on. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and, like,
yes, man. Of course.
Even or all to some 41 and stuff like that. That's not 90s and shit like that, but. Later
but it's
on,
punk rock. Like
they all
know,
like
man. It all falls into similar categories.
There's so many different Canadian artists.
Put on a little 90s mix in the back here now. Just
90s little mix.
We take a little taste in the background now. I don't know if anybody can actually hear that usually, but
we do have and the year was 1985 90s mix on a Spotify too. If you search
yes, sir.
ATYW 90s.
ATYW 90s.
Yeah, I wonder, can you pop that up? I tried to read. I remember we've been through this before, and we couldn't find.
I can't find. I has a really hard time finding people on anything, and it's funny because you do all that and I do.
Yeah, so they. So if you want to try and search for it, anyway, we made a couple people I think like it or follow it. So you had to
something about it must be hard to find. But we'll figure.
I'm just a Spotify person.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I to be honest with you, it's funny because like as soon as we kind of started doing this, I basically have now abandoned Apple Music. I don't know why I'm paying. Like I don't know why I'm even paying for it. Anymore.
Wow, no, I've never paid for Apple Music. Like I kind of switched. I've always found it more easier to navigate. Plus, I got the information I needed. I liked how they had each individual page of an artist and it's like their top like 5 or 6 songs, and then like the essential whatever artist that you want to see to that artist and the radio, and like so many bands that kind of are similar that you might be interested in, so it always introduces you to more and new music that you might not even have heard of before. So
that's what
shared
I like
it to Spotify because that's why I love it. So I switched over and over because I do have a lot of songs that I bought on Apple Music. Like back in the early
old days,
iPhone, you had iPhone 3, and when I first had the first iPhone, you buying songs for 99 cents.
Paying 99 cents.
But we were downloading, all the bangers, we were probably clubbing that time. You know what I mean? Early 2008.
2008,
2007, 2008.
That is probably reality.
You hear
friend.
something in the background there?
What's that in the background over there?
I think I got a little Irish cricket.
Hey, oh, there he is.
Oh,
Irish cricket. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, that's fucking. Cheers to the
cricket
listeners at home.
Cheers, everybody. But yeah, man. I was gonna say there, and I completely blanked on what I was gonna say now.
Sorry, the Irish cricket.
The Irish cricket got me completely distracted there.
Nipped you, didn't it?
Totally nipped me.
Oh, I got you.
Totally got me.
It got you.
I heard that dart back and forth between the two screens there for a second.
What were we saying there? What were we saying?
I don't know. Completely went gone. Like just blew. Just gonzo. That's all right.
The local artists. Yes,
but
yes,
so we were. Yeah, we're doing all the back around. But anyway, I'll go back to
What goes around is all around.
Yeah, it's all like don't matter. I've seen this happen on like every podcast. It's fucking hilarious. But
clip it.
all of a sudden, fuck that.
Yeah,
Fucking good
we'll
shit.
clip it.
No, we were talking about Taylor Swift earlier. I do want to.
Oh, yes.
I do want to talk about.
We were talking about the Satan earlier.
Talking about Satan.
She's
I
in
never-
the Illuminati, isn't she?
She is definitely throwing up signs. So like,
Uh-oh. We're
people are
getting
gonna
rowdy.
make buys into Illuminati.
We're getting rowdy. They're going to think we're in the Illuminati.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Maybe I am. That don't even matter. Maybe I knows her.
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Maybe. We'll see.
Show me the money.
Show me what you got to do. Money's one thing. Show me what you got to do first.
That's
but,
true. If I can go to the Super Bowl and sitting in the box,
maybe not. I don't know. I'm not that. Maybe we'll see.
I'll sit in the box 50-yard line.
But then you got to get into like Diddy stuff. Or you got to get into like Diddy land.
Not Diddy.
But that's like Illuminati stuff, man. That's
how
the whole problem.
how about Beyonce and Jay-Z?
That's still Illuminati stuff. They does weird
Yeah,
shit
well, I'd
too.
rather hang out with them than P. Diddy.
You may or may not. Who knows, man? Maybe they'll make you do weird shit.
Well,
who knows? Maybe you do weird shit though. Maybe it's not that weird.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe, yeah. Who knows, man?
Who knows?
Who knows?
No, The Rock is in the building, right? That's what he does. Illuminati sign.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to do that on TV. Don't want to do it on.
Don't
the
be
screen.
flashing that up, my
Don't
son.
want to flash into.
Don't be
Don't want to
flashing
be
that up,
flashing. You don't want to be flashing.
Flashing that up, my son.
You don't want to be flashing over here. We don't want to be
flashing that
flashing the Illuminati signs up in the TV.
Fella with a black suit coming in
On the
your door
TV,
and
you're making someone coming.
fucking internet's gonna cut off here in a second. There's
Oh,
gonna just
my
be a
God.
helicopter.
Someone's gonna-
Nobody even know what happened.
Someone.
But I just went out and did a podcast one day and disappeared. They got
Are
disappeared.
you kidding me? Shush.
Buzz got disappeared.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my
Off the
God.
rails. Off the rails. That's all right. But what I was going to say is that I find because we're supposed to be like 90s based or whatever, right?
We're based.
I'll do my tie-in here now. This is my wraparound.
We're gonna get. We'll
This
talk about
is my
2000
mish
stuff
here
too.
now. This is my mish here on
Talk
this
about-
topic.
Fucking mish it up.
So my mish here now is like, so what Taylor Swift reminds me of now is like what Madonna was, like in say like 89 to like 94 or 6, whatever, somewhere down the neighborhood.
Just doesn't.
I don't know, long time, whatever. But she was doing all that. cool
Madonna
shit.
was showing some skin though.
Madonna did a lot of crazy shit, man. She had the sex book. She had all that, like crazy relationships.
I
with
mean, that's
crazy
just not me
people.
saying it.
No, that was what it is, man. Like that's what it is. And she was, you know what I mean. Like she was very scandalous and whatever else. But and like Taylor Swift is not like that. That's not my point. Like it's not a sexualized thing with Taylor Swift. It's
No. Power.
It's a bit the power. Yeah, it feels to me like very similar.
She got a chokehold on this shit.
Yeah, man. Like it's the same thing. Like it was men and women. Like everybody goes to Taylor Swift. Everybody went to Madonna concerts in the 90s, right? Or 80s, 90s, whatever you want to say.
Big fucking.
And very much similar, like on every commercial. You know what I mean? Like that type of vibe. Like doing the Pepsi commercials.
Took
doing
over the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, like everything. I don't know if Madonna ever did that necessarily. I don't have no idea about that part of it. But
Maybe she's
it
bigger than
feels-
Madonna.
She probably is in certain ways, but like it feels very much similar. Like I remember as a kid, like that's how Madonna felt like to me. It was like very like not even in this league. Like she just
That's a hot take. That's a hot
that's
take.
a hot take.
Maybe
I
it's a
think.
hot
Yeah.
take?
Maybe
I think Taylor Swift is bigger than Madonna.
That's probably a hot take. Yeah, And it's
Madonna
pretty
had a
cool. You're
banger.
probably right.
What's that song that time, Madonna? Time goes by. Time goes by. Oh yeah. she had a banger in the early 2000s too. I think
She
it
had
was
lots
a cover.
of like she was doing that cowboy song there where she was in the cowboy outfit there right up until
I think
like,
that
that was
might
like
be
early
it.
2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just to me it's like it is like a power thing or like the way that she it's like her space in pop culture.
Song is called "Hung Up."
Hung up, yeah.
Throw on "Hung Up." That's a banger. Are you kidding me? We're throwing Madonna, but I'm gonna say Madonna, Taylor Swift got your number for sure. She's selling the football arenas. You kidding me? All over the world. Are you kidding me?
I don't think that was available though. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's the same. Let's see here.
Yeah, no. Madonna was with Dennis Rodman.
Denny Rod.
He's a strange character.
He's like one of my favorite. Like I don't ever want to interact with him technically because I don't feel like I would have a good experience. But
He was over in North Korea.
he's an interesting
Hanging.
feller. He just as a like same thing as like a pop culture person or whatever, like a person that's not realistic.
Yeah, no, he's a
savage.
Definitely a pop culture figure of the.
Oh, 100%, man. Like him and Carmen Electra, you remember that?
Oh, baby, yes.
Like that's
and
crazy.
Madonna too.
Yeah, and Madonna.
Oh man, he was a strange.
Yeah, and like everybody talked about how like crazy he was, and like he just show up and like he'd be hungover as fuck, he'd party and do whatever, just show up to the game and like fucking set a record of fucking rebounds or whatever, right? Like he just a savage, right?
He did like to party while he was with the Bulls. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. I don't want
to crank it up. This is a tune,
I'm
man.
jamming out over here.
I can't even concentrate. This song is so good.
I just want to fucking hit the bar over here. No, I'm just joking. But that was a banger though, back in early, the mid 2000s.
Oh, this would have been a serious banger back in the day for sure. Yeah.
But I believe it's a samples somebody. I don't know. ABBA maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right, but I can't. I'm not going to say it is. But
the one, the song "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme," a man after midnight.
Deep Cuts by Ryan Snow. ABBA's
I'm going to regret that is.
ABBA's savage, though. To be fair, I would watch a lot of ABBA if I could.
On record, but
hey, sometimes you catch the weird stuff.
That's the name of the song. Well, fuck, it's ABBA. It's a sample.
Right there, that part, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
like this bit here or whatever, or whatever you got going on here.
This part, yeah. I'm interested totally into the music producing and who produced it, how it came to, like where was the original song and sound sample come from. I love all that stuff. You know what I mean?
I have it like I was a very large music snob, like when I was in my teenage years, kind of thing, like early 20s kind of thing, because I felt like it's like having a pocket band, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I got this, like, people bringing up cool bands, like, well, I got this band that nobody knows about.
Yeah. So
but now I'm
like
not
your
really
ace in
like
the back
that.
pocket, right?
Yeah, I'm not like that anymore. I want to share all my cool music with other people now. I'm a lot more open about it. Yes. But I was for a while. But like I have especially now that I have, like all the technologies under your fingertips, right? Like. Yeah, I'd like a new appreciation for pop music and shit like this. Like the fact that they take like one little bibbity bob of one song and then they turn like the whole, like build a whole song around it, but then it's not really that sample because it's pitched down or it's sped up or whatever it is, slowed down, whatever, right? Shit like that or whatever. And now like anybody can do it. Like I meant to share it, but it's a dude who does a beatbox remix of fucking Michael Jackson. Oh my God, Billie Jean. It's just this song is playing and I can't like think of the name of the song. No, but it's a Billie Jean, but he builds it from beatboxing.
Like so, all from
and that's just
mouth.
Like from it's just a loop that he's programming because you can. It's a loop station, so you can you can pitch up and down and speed up and program on the fly. Like so, you can program as the loop is playing. You can program the next loop.
I love loops, loop station.
Yeah. Stuff like that is really cool, right? Like it reminds me of like old school hip hop. Like that's the way it kind of was done. You know what I mean? It's just this kind of limited box, and you kind of got to figure out how to use it. Yeah. But yeah, I can't remember what the dude's name is. It's like something weird, but it was on Instagram or TikTok or something. But it was savage. It was fucking savage. I tried to share it, but it wouldn't let me share it the way I wanted to.
Well, I wish you would have shared it. What the hell?
I know it was savage, and I wish that I could. I could probably.
Thanks for getting the Madonna song in here. That was a bang. Come on, yeah, let's go. We could pause and put on a better song here now.
It's not a better. There's no better. There's not many better songs.
Hey, I can't say, man. That was a banger. Sure was it the banger at the Corral in Rock City in Grand Prairie, Alberta. Buddy. Back in early mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s. Don't even be talking.
Oh yes.
Oh my son. That actually was like maybe I didn't really forget about it, but I was like, holy shit, that's a good tune. Deep Cuts.
It's a deep cut.
It's
a deep cut, and it's a. It's a hot, like we were saying, hot topic. We're gonna
hot take. We're giving
Taylor Smith is a Taylor Smith.
Taylor Smith, what are you at tonight, girl? Hello,
Taylor Smith. She's not on Spotify.
She's not on Spotify.
But Taylor Swift is.
She's on OnlyFans. She's on OnlyFans.
She's not on Spotify.
She's on OnlyFans, though. Guaranteed.
But Taylor Swift, she's a worldwide arena, like 70,000
Man,
people.
it's nuts.
You kidding me?
Her concerts are nuts, man. I can't get over it. Like, I'm not a fan in any way of her music. Like, I don't like it. It does nothing at all for because it's not for me. But it does nothing for me. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. If she came to town, I would fucking go see it.
But you know what? I think she might be Satan.
You imagine if she is. You imagine. I love it.
Okay, we got Dana Carvey, SNL, Satan. I know, I'm just joking. I had to throw that in there somehow.
That's fucking hilarious.
You ever watch SNL?
New SNL? Not a bit.
Well, SNL in general.
I used to watch old SNL. My favorite SNL.
What's your theory? What's your
favorite
memories
SNL?
of SNL?
I'm going to tell you my favorite memories of SNL. And I think we kind of touched on this before.
May have touched it.
But I don't even care. I'm going to fucking grab right hold of it here now.
Put it in a chokehold.
Put it in a chokehold. So, my fondest memories of that originally was the Wayne's World skits. And what was the other one? There's another one. Anyway, there was another. I can't remember what it was now, but I remember that was kind of like what got me kind of coaxed into really watching it. And then the Belushi thing kind of got me into it. And then Chris Farley. But the real thing that was like I think about is fucking Celebrity Jeopardy, man.
Oh yeah, Norm Macdonald.
Well, all of them in reality, but the best ones were Sean Connery.
Oh yeah, Sean
fucking Connery, man. Anal bum cover.
Yeah.
Fucking. Oh my god, like the fucking craziness that
Burt
was.
Reynolds. We might have to give a little taste of Celebrity Jeopardy.
This or what? Let's do this here. Let's see if I can dig this up. Whoa, we got me on.
We don't have to get to it right away, but like. I agree. Like
I'll bring it up over here and I'll get her going.
For me, Chris Farley for sure is an absolute kid. You know what I mean? He is one of my all-time childhood heroes. I love him. I loved all his movies.
Yeah,
thought he was so funny. His humor was, his such a physical humor. He would
Farley, you say?
Fall on the table or like just be all
fall
like,
on the fucking ground.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like down living in a van down by the river, like Matt Foley. But, I like David Spade too as well. But, and, Adam Sandler was a fucking, I loved his, all his guitar, like,
I love the
Hanukkah
albums,
song.
man. The albums were the best part of Adam Sandler.
Hanukkah
like, they're way
song
better than his movies. Yeah. I love the fucking albums, man.
Yeah, I love the, and it was almost like, SNL was probably the best when you're young enough when it's kind of like, almost a little bit bad to watch, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it's like it was late
humor that was
right?
humor that was a little more mature than you were at the time, which is what I liked because.
But I felt like that's the only I don't know because I don't feel like you were very similar. Like there wasn't probably a whole lot of rules around what you could and couldn't watch.
No,
and shit like that.
And sometimes I could stay up and watch Saturday Night Live. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
and then you got a little audio TV in your room. You know what I mean? Like these kind
of things, and that's kind of where you almost develop. Some traits about you that you kind of like because I love
SNL.
I loved
it. I don't really like
certain
it now,
comedians, you know what I mean. Adam Sandler and I, always knew that I like making people laugh was like the coolest kind of thing. It was
that was the whole point. It was going around quoting the shit out of everything. Right?
Yeah,
like we would quote these lines back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, shit like that. So I'll pull one up here now. We'll do. So we got one with Burt Reynolds and Sean Connery.
Okay,
so this will be
perfect. I love Norm Macdonald. Rest in peace. I saw him actually stand up at the GPRC theater.
That's pretty savage. That's something that I wish that I could have seen for sure. Okay, here we go. Oops, didn't mean to full screen it.
Yeah, he was fucking great. So rest in peace. And of course, like throughout the later, Will Ferrell is an absolute.
Yeah, and to be honest, like that's the only time I like Will Ferrell. I don't like Will Ferrell that much outside of SNL.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm a big Will Ferrell movie fan. Jared Ferguson, baby.
Jared Ferguson. Put him up here. We'll get him with tape.
Yeah, we would always, go to school and quote shit we saw or heard on Saturday Night Live,
On everything, man. Like that was there was no memes.
Yeah. No memes.
Like really where we were fucking Canadian legend too, by the way. What a gem. But yeah, there was no memes or anything. So like this was the memes was repeating this and South Park and The Simpsons and That 70s Show and fucking, oh my god, movies and oh my god, and then like different people were into different stuff too, right? So like I might have been into, I don't even know, man. Like I watched like a lot of movies, like so I collected movies in high school and stuff like that. So then, but other people like that I know, like our friends or whatever, were like really into TV and certain shows on that were coming out week over week, and there was like Dawson's Creek and those types of shows, and what is it, the mom and the daughter one? Oh my god, I never remember the name of it every time. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyways, like those types of like romantic shows and like these kind of like Lost Poet people and all this kind of silliness, right? Like it was a craziness. Like there was like the 90s was madness. It was just like all kinds of stuff, and everybody had like a little niche portion of that or whatever. And like even like comedians, like so like the 90s weren't like really big for comedians. Like it was kind of like get on like an SNL or like a sitcom or whatever.
Jay Leno, Tonight Show with Jay Leno or David Letterman. That was like really the specials were.
But how many people you see kind of break from that really? Then like, I mean, there's lots of famous people on there, but
like early on,
you know what
like
I mean?
In the 90s for sure.
In the 90s,
because a lot of that led to people getting like sitcoms and stuff like that.
Yeah, but not everybody. Like
but
you
now,
see people under that you hardly ever heard of again. But then a lot of people just kind of stayed underground too, which was fine. I mean, that was a thing too, I guess. But
oh yeah,
but I found that was a bit like I don't know. That's another thing too. Like I am a huge fan of comedy. Like people say, like I mean, a lot of people say like, oh, comedy was kind of dead in the 90s or whatever. But the fact that there was Comedy Central and Comedy TV and the Yuck Yucks Festival. All that stuff,
just for laughs and stuff like that. But like,
made me a big fan of comedy in reality, right? Because it was always like this is stand-up comedy in a way, right? Like this is sketch comedy. It's very similar. Like it's kind of like improv or whatever, right? It's very similar to me.
Sketch comedy, yeah, like for sure. Like for me, like I think, oh geez, I forgot what I was going to say then. Like it's not really like, they didn't back then though. Like there was no real like avenue for comedians other than like if you kind of got your big break though. On,
100%.
On Tonight Show
because there was no real other thing to do or whatever.
You know what I mean?
Right?
So it's like I know a lot of people. There were the local comedy clubs in like L.A. and stuff where everyone kind of like headlined and got famous from there.
There's spots everywhere, kind of thing or whatever.
And big spot. Like that would probably was a lot of people's big break, in the early days. But now it seems like people can just put anything. Like I said, the artists themselves can put the stuff out on YouTube or TikTok or fucking.
And again, it's like everything else that you can put it on anywhere, right? Like it's MySpace, but it's like everything else, right? There's some shit out there, and there's some good, and there's some shit, right? Like it's. That's like I always kind of go back to the duplicity of the simplicity of it, like because it's pretty simple to do stuff. It's also creates a lot of bullshit. You know what I mean? Like people that aren't that good, but they're out there giving her and becoming famous or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of that kind of stuff going on.
So what was this Sean Connery guy's name? I forget his name.
I can't remember now.
Get Jimmy Fallon there. I kind of got distracted there. I was watching the show and I kind of lost my train of thought.
Daryl Hammond, that's his name. Yes, I always forget that.
Daryl Hammond.
Season 25, 1999.
I got a little bone to pick. Not really, but I got a little bit of a griefer. Like I find like Saturday Night Live come out with a new cast like every few years, right? They'll get new people. People will go on and do other things, whatever. And it's been happening since literally the fucking 70s.
Yeah,
and like
every 5
always
years
fucking says like, oh, this new cast is shit. I like the old cast. Yeah. And then that new cast all become fucking big stars. Yeah. And then they go on and do other fucking shit, and they keep going on bigger. Then a new cast comes in. And everyone's like, oh, I like the old cast. Yeah. I don't like this new cast. And it's like, then they turn out to be fucking Adam Sandler's and blah, blah, blah. And then they go on and do other shit. And then fucking Will Ferrell comes in, and he's like, blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, oh, I don't like this guy. I like the old cast. It's like, people say that every fucking time.
It's true, though.
I don't like these guys. I don't like Andy Samberg. I like Will Ferrell, and then Andy Samberg becomes a huge star. It's like, just give him a shot. Give him a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like, I don't like,
yeah.
Kristen Wiig. She became a big star, and she's in a lot of movies, and like, a bunch of people like that were in,
on these types
the
of
later
shows.
Saturday
Same
Night
thing as
Lives.
like there's Mad TV, in Living, like it's kind of let's say like it's in Living Color and SCTV, like all these kind of sketch comedy, improv comedy, troops or whatever you want to say, like TV shows and troops and stuff. Holy shit, look like young boys are there.
I think they're all good, and I give them respect, but I don't think they're on the level of Saturday Night Live. I mean, Saturday Night Live's still on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I like a lot more. I like a lot of. I like a lot of
good at the time. At the time, you can compare them at the time. I don't think it was as good.
I like the humor of it better. I like the fact that you get away with a little bit more. Like, I find sometimes with SNL,
maybe a little cruder stuff because you weren't on like nationally
you can't
televised.
quite, sometimes you can't
on NBC.
like go there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just. I don't know. And especially now,
Yeah.
like, I mean, I don't want to get into the whole like.
I mean, I can't even remember one
Silliness of it all,
sketch
but-
from Mad TV, to be honest with you. Not one that sticks out to me. That's
Actually,
I can think of one.
Fucking Dewey, what's his name, and then what's her name,
think
the
of
Chinese lady.
And I give Will Sasso his flowers
Sasso, yeah.
because I can look up Kenny Rogers, MTV.
exactly what you're gonna say.
Kenny Rogers.
I know exactly. What
Kenny Rogers Jackass for me one time. Can you look up Kenny Rogers Jackass for me one time? Now we're gonna fucking get a little. Okay, so I take that back. But I think overall, I mean SNL, I think was
It depends on your. I don't know. Like I like the.
Agree to disagree here. The folks can chime.
I just like
chime in
on that. Give us your hot take on that.
The hot take. We're getting.
I gotta go back.
So MTV, that came on
go right to the beginning.
Fox.
I'm Kenny Rogers, and this is Jackass.
Crack one.
I got a huge kick out of this stuff.
Dude, what's that sound? Irish cricket.
Party people. We need a song added to that too. Whoop! There it is.
Yeah, I gotta get a hotkey.
Hotkey hooked up for a whoop. There it is. We're back, and the year was 1985.
Give him a full screen, little bit of a full screen taste here.
Yes, give him a full screen.
Get it all the way up. Self-defense items.
Okay.
I love it. It's so fucking funny, man. Holy fuck.
So
this is what I'm talking about. Shit like this, man. Like,
what year do you think this was? This was like late 90s. Hey.
Let's find out real quick. Like
been
here
the
now.
90s, 1999 banger. Hey, you the guy from Blink 182? What are we doing here?
2001, my son.
Oh, 2001. Wow. Oh, shit.
That's 90s enough, though. Like, it's like there is a little bit of a millennium twist to things, but it's 90s enough.
I mean, we're going to put into a little millennium twist here eventually, right? We're going to bring up some stuff from all over.
Oh, yeah, we're just going to stay shit. And eventually it's going to be whatever. But, smash him in the head as he's going by. Fucking clock. That's hilarious. Look at this going after him. You can tell they're like rubbery sticks or whatever, but.
Oh,
there's
boy.
lots of good
I
things
haven't
done.
seen this in so long,
Oh,
so
my
I'm
God,
just dying here. And that's like, CKY, they always would be doing that.
Oh, the shopping cart thing was like the thing all the time, yeah. Taps him up. Beats him.
I love being on this jackass show.
Oh,
Can't
boy.
imagine his beat down. Oh my God. I'm just gonna leave that on the screen. Pause like that for a second here. Let people see that.
Shout out to Kenny Rogers on the pod. All right.
Deadly, man.
We're
Excited.
into
We're
one
into the
here
deep
now.
cuts here now.
We're into one here now, folks. This is
Holy fucking Christ, man. I forgot all about this. Completely forgot.
from Turd Ferguson.
But I liked the riskiness of Mad TV, I guess. Yeah, but I think I really liked SCTV too back in the day,
Oh yeah.
which is like Jim Carrey and shit like that, right? Like
John Candy.
John Candy and shit like that. Yeah. And then, or in Living Color was Jim Carrey. I mean, sorry,
Yes.
Living
In
Color.
Living
Living Color was really good. There's
Living
another-
Color was.
I liked that one. That was really good. Super good.
You know, I liked the Wayans brothers.
Used to come on channel 26.
26 now. What was that?
I can't remember what it was called then, but I do remember it was on channel 26. I believe. I want to say it was probably CTV or something like that. Whatever. One of those other channels like CTV, ABC, or not CTV. What was the other one? There was another weird one. ABC, NBC, and there was another one. But I can't remember anyway. But anyway, yeah, I used to come on that channel. But yeah, I can't really remember now. That's what burned me out. But there was like I remember Mad TV used to come on. It was funny because Mad TV used to come on really late at night
It was a late night show.
on ITV, I want to say, or something like that. And
Yeah, it was
then
a
it
late
switched
night
over
shows.
to some other channel or whatever. But it came out a little bit earlier then. But it was
That's what I liked about the 90s too, because they did feel a little more risque. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Things
you
were-
were young because we were only probably between 10, 11, 12.
yeah, well, like 95 is 10, right? So,
Right. So
and I can remember before that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I can remember being like 7 or 8 kind of thing, like really
Yeah.
fairly vividly. Like I can remember that.
yeah, and
So,
to stay up late and watch a show like that, it's
Oh yeah. Like I remember like really like
leaves an impression. I
yeah.
should say.
I used to really like watching
in
the
a
late
good
shows.
way.
Yeah.
With the Saturday Night Live for me for sure.
Yeah. I used to like watching late night shows, like Leno and
I loved
shit
that.
like that. Right?
Conan O'Brien.
Conan. I like the really like late Conan, like late Conan, like really like it was like 1 a.m. when it would come on or whatever it would be.
Yes.
Like after the 2 things would come on, and then Craig Kilborn was like fucking awesome. He always had wicked guests on.
Yes.
And what was the other one? There was another one too that I really like watching, but I would just come on at like 3 a.m. It was like
Carson Daly.
Carson was really good too. Carson was always really good.
Carson Daly and Fred Durst.
Carson Daly. I'm not gonna continue with the rest of that. I'll keep the rest of that to myself. I'll just say it in my
Cut.
mind. Edit.
Cut it out.
Cut it out, he said.
Hey, Joey
that
Gladstone.
was
We
a
got
good
a Joey Gladstone.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Cut it out.
That was a good one.
I'm Kenny Rogers.
I'm Kenny Rogers. And this is Jackass. It came out in 2001. Mad TV episode 6.23.
How many episodes did Mad TV have in their run of things, I wonder? Probably in the 300s. 4. I mean, Saturday Night Live is still on TV. Like, they're the king. They're the king.
Let's see here. I don't think it's going to be many.
So give them flowers.
but well, maybe.
And it's Canadian.
There's 14 seasons.
Lorne Michaels is Canadian.
1995 to 2016. It's not on TV anymore.
Oh shit!
But that's pretty good. That's a 14-year run. It's pretty decent. I used to really like the like Mad Magazine. I used to really like seeing that. I used
Yeah,
to
those
see it in shoppers and pick it up and read it all the
Yeah.
time.
Those almost seem like
And
something you shouldn't,
Same
I
thing.
remember-
It's like something you shouldn't
I
really
love, yeah, it's like,
have your hands on or whatever, right? Like,
Yes.
that was the beauty about the 90s. Like things were kind of just there for you to pick it up or not, like
Yes.
or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of funny when you think about it.
Yes.
Like I remember walking into stores and buying cigarettes at being like 14 years old.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
What kind of smokes?
Players Late at the time.
The green packs.
No, blue,
Oh my god.
white and blue, old school with sailor on it. Yeah. First when I
Oh, the
started
blue.
smoking
Yes,
darts.
players late.
Players Late, bye.
Man,
One pack blue, dude.
I thought you were going to say something else. You said, I'm gonna. I bought some cigarettes. I was like, hey, well, okay.
Yeah, man. That was a Bishop Falls thing.
No, it's
That's funny, man.
Just
got you thrown right off with that now, eh? Now, to be fair, I don't smoke no more. I quit smoking a while ago, but back in the days of old, beat O's and export A greens a lot of times, yeah, for some reason. Funny to think about now.
Wow. How do we get on that again?
I don't know. Just fucking where I don't know. We'll listen back and we'll be like, oh yeah, that's what we did. But
you might have to cut it out like a Joey Gladstone.
Yeah, but
Joey Gladstoned.
Joey Gladstone is probably more like it. Hey, what do you have tonight?
That's true.
Yeah, but yeah. So
What do we? How much time do we?
we got an hour in now, man. Fucking anything else you want to hit on here or what?
I don't know.
I feel like that was we got really excited and got her going, and I don't want to keep her going if we're gonna drag people along here.
No, no, we can cut it off there. I do appreciate everyone who stuck around and listened to this episode and watched along. Like I said, we're on the Spotify for video.
Yeah,
and appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's been really good. I've been having a lot of fun doing this, and it's been growing and being. I don't know. I get messages about it and shit now, which is interesting. That's pretty cool.
Doing it for me.
Doing it for me. Loving it. Like I said, this is our.
If I don't like it, then how could anyone else like it, right?
That's what it is, man.
And I enjoy just hanging out with you, and we're pulling up Kenny Rogers Jackass on
talking
MTV.
about weird shit, talking about stupid shit on the internet.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it was a good laugh. But we thank everybody again.
Hour a week, we can have a couple drinks.
Yeah, man. Chill out. Fucking.
I waited all week for this.
Hey, I wait all week for this every week.
Thank you so much.
All right, my friend. Cheers to another episode of In the Year was 1985.